Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, there's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Arizona Cardinals. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready? 180. Set. 20. Great.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Watch the twist.
This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Cardinals first down.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was hoping for. And he said this offseason, there are a lot of good running backs in the NFL, but I'm the best. And now he's trying to prove it, hoping to get back to the production that sent him to the Pro Bowl in 2016. That would certainly help his rookie quarterback. From the gun on third down, Murray. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. He'll return it from the 6. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Throwing again on second down. Newton, and the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now Newton, flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the toss, here's Johnson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They'll run with Drake. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing on first down is Murray. Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught by Kirk. A gain of 6 there on first. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
We got 4. Gun. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. He can run for it, and he will. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Right to the 3. Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Mixon with a first down carry. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
He does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Defense, let's go.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll try the air now with Newton. Got a man open, it's Ross. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 19. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
From the red zone now, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Auden Tate, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray, now he lets it go deep. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 35. A huge play there for Arizona. 45 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. First down, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on second and long. Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
He's checking.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I think in normal situations, most play calls would probably shelve that play. In this situation, down in the red zone, got a little something extra to play with.
That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. This kick is no good. Misses the PAT, a mistake there, and this remains a 7-point game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. Gets past one man. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. A first half update now from Philadelphia. The Jets out to the early lead. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Bengals drive about to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Off play action. Newton. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let it. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here, and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. Murray with a third and long. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Let's go.
Randy Bullock on for the field goal. A 60-yard attempt.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Here's Johnson. Sean Williams that time in on the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From the 39, Murray, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive in the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a two-score game, and they're probably on their way, creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
20.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, open man is Ross, complete. Good Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On first down, Mixon. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
At the 18-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the safety creep.
Again, it's Mixon. Powerful running. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first down, Newton. He's got his man. This is Tate. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. Now it's Newton. Steps away to his left. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. They snap it to Newton. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, his first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. This time, the extra point up and good, and that will tie things up at 13. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Murray again, 2nd and 10. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
The pass complete. It's Bird. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line.
First down, Cardinals.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Murray now on first down. And this one caught by Max Williams. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Murray now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A toss left side. Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Kyler Murray, 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the first down. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Obviously a huge touchdown for their team, but a big touchdown for a rookie quarterback here to be able to break the tie in the 4th quarter.
And he just shook off all the pressure, too. Because when you think about it, tie ball game, rookie quarterback, most of them are thinking, don't make a mistake. Instead, this young man just said, I'll make a play.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally throw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Airing one out for Boyd. It's caught at the 10. 36 yards on the play.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Newton escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 9-yard touchdown run. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. A big spot now for the rookie Murray. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Well, we know that Murray can run the football. He rushed for 1,000 yards during his final year at Oklahoma, better than 7 yards per carry. And Cliff Kingsbury says, I trust him running the football. This is a guy that has known his quarterback since 2012 when Murray was a sophomore in high school. Kingsbury was in the OC at Texas A&M. He would go on to take the Texas Tech job. but the two maintained a great relationship. Both are from Texas, both quarterbacks, and both with fathers heavily involved in their football careers. Well, Cliff Kingsbury, he trusts his quarterback implicitly. Here's Murray. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Murray now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. From the gun on third down, Murray. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Murray sets to throw on fourth. And that is incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. They'll run on first down. Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed that?
And he will take it all in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Back to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Bird. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 47 yards. First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are and he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a two-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go.
Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top two options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? But a lot of offenses say touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. They get out.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And a broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bengals 10-yard line.
Now a tip carry for Johnson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot, and the Cardinals win it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Cardinals, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.